Hello everyone, I'm Deepika and today we're going to study Sound of Music Part 1 which has been written by Deborah Coley. And the introductory line of the chapter tells us that Evelyn Glennie listens to sound without hearing it. That she could listen to the sound but she could not hear it. How? That we're going to figure out in the chapter. On your right hand side in the picture it's Evelyn Glennie and she's playing drums which suggests that she's a percussionist, she's a musician. So let's figure out what is happening in the chapter. There is a girl who's sitting at the platform and she's waiting for the train to come. She's 17-year-old, but then she looks younger than her age. She's nervous and excited because she's leaving her Scottish farm and she's going to London, which is why she's nervous. She's excited because she's got admission in prestigious Royal Academy of Music. This battle between nervousness and excitement is still okay, but there is a bigger challenge for her that she's going through, which is she was profoundly deaf, that she could not listen, she could not hear. Her mother, Isabel Glennie, found out at when she was 8 years old, her daughter was 8 years old, that she could not hear because Evelyn was waiting for to play the piano. Her name was called to play the piano, but she did not move. That's when her mother realized that she could not hear. For some time, Evelyn could manage to conceal her growing deafness from friends and teacher. She managed to hide it from her friends and teacher, but gradually they got to know because her marks were deteriorating, and the headmistress of the school suggested her parents to take her to a specialist. So the parents realized then that due to some gradual nerve damage, that due to some problem in her nerve system, she is becoming deaf and she would need hearing aid, that she will have to use a machine to help her listen to what people are saying. And they suggested that she should be admitted to school for the deaf, that she should be sent to the school where deaf students study. For Evelyn, it was a setback and she thought that everything suddenly looked black. But Evelyn decided that she was not going to give up. She was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. She thought that she can't let this deafness come in her way, and she decided to live a normal life like a normal person and pursue her interest in music and follow her passion for music. One day she noticed a girl playing a xylophone and decided that she wanted to play it too. So this girl was playing a xylophone. At that time, she decided that she is going to play a xylophone too. But most of her teachers discouraged her, they did not motivate her. And this is so ironic that your teachers are your mentor, guide, and they are supposed to motivate and encourage you, but rather here they discouraged her. But there was this percussionist, Ron Forbes, who saw her potential, who saw that she had a lot of power and capacity to do great in the field of music. So he encouraged her, motivated her. He said, don't listen through your ears. He would say, try to sense it some other way. So this percussionist Ron Forbes suggested her that okay if you can't hear, but use your some senses to feel the music, to understand the music. That's when Evelyn realized that she could feel the higher drums for her from the waist up and the lower one from the waist down. So the higher drum she could feel and understand from her waist up, from her upper body, and the lower body she could use to understand and sense lower ones. I had learned to open my mind and body to sound and vibrations. The rest was sheer determination and hard work. So she says that her mind and body were ready and prepared to sense the music, to understand the vibrations of the sound. But along with that, it was also her determination and her hard work which helped her to reach where she is today. So basically, she did put in a lot of hard work to become successful in the field of music. She never looked back from that point onwards. So there was never looking back after that. When she realized that she could sense the sound of music through her body, that's when she realized that she could do great in this field. She toured the United Kingdom with a youth orchestra, and by the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. So now, when she was 16, she decided that she's going to completely focus her life in music, and she's going to be completely passionate about it and follow it ruthlessly. She auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of Academy. So she did audition for Royal Academy of Music and she scored really great marks, one of the highest marks in the history of Academy, as in the ones who were on top of the list. She was one of them, uh, according to her marks. She gradually moved from orchestral work to solo performances. At the end of her 3-year course, she had captured most of the top awards. So she did start to perform solo, alone, individual performances, and in the period of 6 years, 3 years, she actually managed to get top awards, as in all the top awards were in her name. If you work hard and know where you are going, you will get there. And she got right to the top. The world's so she's saying if you really are determined to achieve what you want to achieve, if you put in a lot of hard work and effort, you are going to certainly achieve it. And there is nowhere that anyone can defeat you and demotivate you. She's a multi-percussionist with a mastery of some 1,000 instruments and hectic international schedule. So we've been told that she can play thousands of instruments, and she's got a hectic international schedule because she's playing in all the international places. She's traveling from one place to another to to play her music. It is intriguing to watch Evelyn watch function so effortlessly without hearing. In our 2 hour discussion, she never missed a word. So now we've been told that she was so effortless as if she didn't have to put in a lot of hard work or effort in listening and hearing, what people were saying, because she could read them, she could read their eyes, she could read their face, she could read the lips, and that's how she figured out what they were speaking about or what they were saying. She also said that men with bushy beards give me trouble. She laughed. It is not just watching the lips, it's the whole face, especially the eyes. Because she said that people who had beard, it would give her trouble. Why? Because these people, she would not be able to notice them properly or read exactly what they are saying because the face is covered with the beard, with the hair. As for music, she explains, it pours in through every part of my body. It tingles in the skin, my cheekbones, and even in my hair. So she says that music is a life, and it is there in every part of her body. She feels in her cheekbones, in her skin, and even in her hair. When she plays a xylophone, she can sense the sound passing up the stick into her fingertips. She says that when she uses the sticks to play the xylophone, so vibration of those sticks she can feel in her fingertips. So that's what the passion for music she has. By leaning against the drum, she can feel the resonances flowing into her body. So when she is leaning towards the drum, she can feel the vibration of the drums also. And she would remove her shoes whenever she would walk on the wooden platform, so that she could listen to the or she could sense the vibration of the music playing on that wooden platform. So she could feel the music in every part of her body basically. Not surprisingly, Evan delights her audience. Obviously, the way she plays, it delights her audience. In 1991, she was presented with the Royal Philharmonic Society's prestigious Soloist of the Year award. So she was bestowed with this award in 1991. Says master percussionist James Blades tells us that God may have taken her hearing, but he has given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than any of us. That is why she expresses music so beautifully. So James Blade tells us that though God has taken away her power, her capability to listen, to hear, but in exchange, he has given her something extraordinary, and that is the power to feel the music. People who hear it just hear the music, but she feels it. It comes from within, and which is why that's the reason that she's able to express her music so beautifully, because she does not just listen to the music, she feels it. Evelyn confesses that she's something of a workaholic. So here, every time in the chapter, it has been suggested that whatever she has achieved in her life, it's all due to her sheer hard work, her efforts, and also here she's telling us that she's a workaholic, that every time she's just working on her music. Apart from the regular concerts, Evelyn also gives free concert in prison and hospital. So she's not just a good musician, she's also a good human, because she goes to prison and hospitals, and for free she's delivering her music there. She's giving, she's keeping her concerts there so that she can lift people's mind. She could lift their heart, to make them feel light. She also gives high priority to classes for young musicians, and Richley of the Beethoven Fund for Deaf Children says, she is shining inspiration for deaf children. They see that there is nowhere they cannot go. So, Anne Richley, who is working at the Beethoven Fund for Deaf Children, says that she is a shining inspiration, that she inspires so many deaf students because they feel if she can do it, why can't we do it? If she can achieve it, we can achieve it too. So there is no way that we cannot achieve it, because she's become such an inspirational figure for them that they think that if she can do it, They can do everything in their lives as well. She has given inspiration to those who are handicapped, people who look to her and say, if she can do it, I can. And not the least, she has given enormous pleasure to millions. So she is not just, she's not only a figure, idol figure for people who are deaf, but for everyone, because she inspires so many people. Because of her hard work, she's achieved what she's achieved today, and she's become what she is today. So just because of her hard work and determination is what she's become today. So whenever you set your goal and follow it ruthlessly, you are following it with all your, heart and determination and putting in all the effort. There is nothing in life that you cannot achieve. So that's what the story is all about. That if you set your goal and if you want to accomplish it, put in a lot of hard work, do whatever it requires to achieve it. So that was a chapter about. I hope you've understood the chapter. It was a short, crisp summary of the chapter. If you liked my video, kindly like it, share it with your friend, and subscribe to my channel. And please do hit the bell icon so that whenever my video is uploaded next, you will be updated. Thank you for watching. Much love. I'll see you soon with my next video.